Speedrun corner.
No, I want to hear about this.
I tried speedrunning.
Yeah?
I
Okay.
hated it.
Oh, okay. Well, standard.
Wait, what did you speedrun? What?
Okay, right. The thing that I speedran probably had a reason, probably had an influence on why I hated it. I'm not poo-pooing speedrunning at all, and overall, I did G-Fred.
Oh.
I went for the G-Fred world record solo.
Oh, okay, cool. So what you did is you biked into the ocean, you swam, then you got to the highway, there wasn't a 9F, and then you reset run.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I remember one of the first things you asked me to do was to speedrun G-Fred.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no.
Yeah, no, it's dumb.
It was fun to watch. It was the first day of the stream week.
Was it fun to watch?
People are saying it was fun to watch. People enjoyed watching me crash and burn. But I will say that
sadist.
it was but there are people who've been doing this. Obviously, Sarah, who has the PC world record, has a crazy time. Verdalith was in the chat, and he's got the record on a few different platforms now. And there's a number of people who do this and like doing it and are masochists because of the RNG involved in it. But the thing that was interesting, because I really wanted to have the proper full speedrunning experience, so I had the splits and the timer, and I had it controlled by my my pedal. So when I got to the freeway, I pressed the pedal and it split, and I saw how far back or forward I was. But the thing that got me is that I was, even at my best on my best runs, and I only did it for a few hours, but I've done loads of G-Freds over the years, just never on my own. But I was always about 10 seconds behind the record that I was going for, which was the slowest of the records available at the time on PS5. I was always still 10 seconds behind, even just at the freeway. And it's like, okay, where are people finding 10 seconds on this little swim and little run? And then you start to see the and I did get quicker, honestly. I'm going to be quicker in future G-Freds because I learned certain things in certain parts. But it's only by really digging down deep into the minutiae of each little movement that you do that you see where this time can be gained. But yeah, so there was. It wasn't all a bad experience. I did have some fun and enjoyed seeing that little bit. The RNG was what it was, and it makes me the reason that I wouldn't do it again, because I just don't want to put myself through that RNG of having to find a car and then all the other things that can happen. But the last two runs I did, I found an Infernus first of all, and then messed up the run, and then I found a 9F, and I was on for a good run, probably would have got the record. And then right at the end on the Hail Mary parachute jump, traffic came in front of me from both directions. I had to do a little break, and then it ruined it at the end. And then that was it. I was done.
You have expressed so many stereotypical speedrunner things in such a short period of time. I'm actually impressed. It's amazing. So not only were you worried about being 10 seconds behind world record at the start of the run before you've ever finished an attempt, you then failed the end of the run because you only practiced the start of it over and over again because that's what you were resetting. You had a foot pedal, and you were talking about how deep and complex it can all get. And you suddenly realize this isn't as easy as it looks anymore. And that was
a trip.
That was therapeutic listening to you talk about this. That was great. Tell me. 10 seconds and you don't know where. Oof, wow. Oh, tell me about it. That was a thing.
I will say that I didn't go into it expecting anything different. I knew that that's what it was going to be like, but that was my first experience of actually experiencing it for myself. And I think there was too much going on, having the pedal and having to think about the splits and stuff. It just took away a little bit from what I could really concentrate on and focus on. It would have been nice to have it automatically register a split by the sound of a checkpoint or something like that, so I didn't have to think about it.
Yeah, I was going to say you can make auto splitters. That is a thing.
And I enjoyed that aspect of it where I would see that, okay, I'm 10 seconds down there. And then I gained like 14 seconds going down from Chiriyad to the observatory. And then I was on world record pace on the last run. And like, I enjoyed that aspect of it. But then I thought about how long it would take and how many runs I would have to do. Even after I've done 200 of them on streams, it's a very different thing when you're actually trying to do it properly. That I just thought, I do not have the mental capacity to do this. I think I've got the ability if I was to put enough time into it, but I don't have the capacity. I just could not sit and do it for that long. I'd want to do other stuff instead. So that was my speedrunning experience.
So by the end of it, you even burnt out. Wow, this is incredible. It's getting even more.
I've burnt out as well. I've gone through the full spectrum, I suppose.
Full speedrun experience in 2 hours.
You speedran the speedrun experience. That's great. Yeah, and by the end of it, you burnt out. Amazing. Do people ask you constantly to do it again?
I haven't had that much, but I haven't mentioned yet. I mentioned on one of the G threads that I did a speed run. So as soon as the YouTube crowd get knowledge of that, then they'll be asking for me to do it again. But yeah, I can't. So,
and also, there's something to be said about speedrunning something that is so niche and arbitrary that it actually doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter in any capacity whatsoever.
And then the thing is, at the very end, I was actually really happy that I messed up and didn't get the record, because Verdalith, whilst I was doing my speedrun, and I knew this was going to happen before I even started, he beat the record again. So if I'd got the record at the time that I was set to get, it wouldn't have counted anyway, because he'd already gotten a better time.
Well, you would have had one more element of the speedrun experience, getting beat immediately.
Instant deflation of having lost it immediately. So that was my speedrun experience. It was interesting, but it also, it's why I don't hot lap. It's why I don't go for lap times solo on my own, because I just much prefer racing with people, and I know the benefits of it, and that you learn a lot by trying to go for these hot laps, and a hot lapper is always going to be competitive in a racing situation, but I just don't enjoy doing things on my own like that. I'd rather just learn by racing with people.
I was going to ask you about the comparisons to like a motorsport. Felt there were some, but
there absolutely are. Definitely to like the hot lapping situation of going for a singular lap time. It's just a 16-17 minute lap with lots of variation in between, but the fact that you have the splits which count kind of like sector times, and there is an element to like about it. My brain doesn't work in the way that I can enjoy doing that, I think.
Fair enough.
Yeah, mine doesn't really either. That's why I like using speedrun strategies in casual playthroughs. I'm glad that speedrunners exist, so that I can use their silly strategies.
If you had got the record, I would have kept my run a secret for a while. That would have been we'll see. Yeah.
Wow.
Secret world records. Wow. More speedrun stereotypes. This is incredible. I love this. This is so good.
It's part of the stream week, so it's basically the first thing we did on the stream week this time last Saturday. So it will forever exist as my 2 hours of speedrunning experience, as a microcosm of the speedrunning as a whole.
Oh man. If you actually had finished that run and got a world record, and then Verdalith had shown his world record earlier, it would have been a secret world record. It would have been world record speedrun drama as well. It would have been an amazing stereotypical thing. That was great.